such a fun thing when you create a company and you almost create something out of nothing, right? And so for me, I've been in the beauty industry for my whole adult life. It's been a place where I've lived. It's been a place where I've worked and where I started my career. And I always have been someone who I like to disrupt the status quo. I think that if we're not asking questions, then we're not getting any better. And there's always a way to get better, no matter if it's just in something you want to improve in yourself, if it's something you want to improve in the world. And for me, I love the beauty industry and I love what it stands for in terms of helping people feel their best. But there's a lot of room for improvement. And so Elate was born out of my desire for that disruption and my desire to really change the industry for the better. And so I decided that to do that, I would have to start my own company.
That's so cool. So did you have a background in makeup, or how do you go about picking out different ingredients, or did you have to source? I find that I'm really interested in that myself. I'm like, where do you begin?
Yeah. And that is so funny because where do you start? And I try and sort of think backwards. I'm like, what was the very, very first thing that I did? And so I've been a makeup artist for over 20 years. And, my interest in makeup really lies in the idea that you can change someone's perception of themselves in a heartbeat, in a moment. And even just, with myself, with my own personal beauty rituals, my putting on mascara is my number one thing. It makes me feel like $1 million. So no matter how bad I'm feeling, I can put on some mascara and I feel a little bit better. So I love that idea. And I knew that cosmetics was a really good place to start within the beauty industry as a whole for attacking the problems of things like waste and sustainability and marketing and all of those different things. So the idea of capsule beauty is the same idea for me as my capsule wardrobe, because that was really where I started. So I'm I had a lot of fast fashion. I started doing a lot more research and recognizing that that is not what I want to be contributing to the world. And so I sort of pared everything down to, buying better, buying less. And I kind of adhere to a strict kind of one in, one out policy in terms of recycling. I repair things that need to be repaired. And so I really changed the way that I thought about how I shopped for clothes. And then I turned my attention to my beauty bag. And I had to do the same thing because I had dirty little secret number one, a 15-year-old eyeshadow.
I know.
Why do I have a 15-year-old eyeshadow? Because it either has sentimental value. It was the eyeshadow I wore to my prom. Although my prom was longer than 15 years ago.
Was it actually though?
Yeah, it was 22 years ago now.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I know. And then, or like a red lipstick that even though I'm all clean, I only use clean, vegan, cruelty-free beauty. I still have this one red lipstick that I can't get rid of because I love it, right? And so there's all these little things that we have. And I had, 17 eyeshadows and 14 blushes and then 45 lipsticks. These are actual numbers from what my beauty bag looked like. And I know I'm not alone. That's not unusual.
No, there's some people that have probably cupboards.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And so when I did a little experiment. I went through a 2-week period and I just kept track of everything I used every day. And then I realized that what I'm wearing on my face right now, this has been the makeup that I've worn on my face every day for almost 20 years, right? So different colors of lips, obviously, but I like bold cheeks. I like lots of lashes. I like maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. And then a nice bold lip. So that's 5 products.
Perfect.
But I had 130. And so it was this idea of how can I help people figure out what they really want in their beauty bag. Because number one, it saves time. Your capsule wardrobe, if anyone has one, you'll know what I'm talking about. You don't have to waste 20 minutes figuring out what to wear because everything goes together. You just put it on and you're out the door. Same with your capsule beauty bag. You don't have to sift through 20 lipsticks to find the one you want because the one you want is right in front of you. So time, number one. Number 2, space for joy. I'm all about space for joy. And if my bathroom counter is littered in eyeshadows I don't use, I don't have space for joy there. It's also more time to tidy it up. I do not want, I mean, you can see from behind me, I got enough stuff to tidy up. I don't want to have to tidy up my lipsticks too, right? And then just more sense of, really a sense of that you are putting on this ritual every single day that allows you more space and time for yourself. So, I'm not worried about the 20 products that I'm not using on a daily basis taking up that space in my psyche, which I know might sound a little bit odd, but the things that you own you if they build up. And so it's this idea that you can take your capsule beauty bag with you wherever you want to go. And it's got between maybe 5, I would say 12 to 15 items is probably going to be your max. You're going to use those items up until they're gone, and then you can replace them. So it stops that endless cycle of waste as well. And that's a really important piece for us at Elate, because it's the why of my whole business. Is if we can stop purchasing so many things, we can stop all that waste from going into the landfill. So it's all about, just paring down to what really brings you joy to put on your face every day.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And I think that's such like a good thing to think about, because I know for me, like as you get busy,
so my number one thing that everyone should have in their beauty bag is a good primer. So the Elate Prep Primer doubles as a hydrator because it is hyaluronic acid, rosemary, geranium. It's beautiful, and it helps your foundation stay on all day. This is my actual palette. As you can tell, my blush is broken because I dropped it. And I have a pressed powder, and that's for mattifying. I have my Triumph blush, which I also use as an eyeshadow. I have a brow balm, which is our like waxy brow pomade, and I have a concealer. And so those are my 4 items in my palette. And the bamboo palettes are amazing because they're made of a sustainable material. So first of all, putting them into the earth, we have an end of life plan for this. If this was made of plastic, it honestly would just end up in the landfill. It could potentially be recycled. It would just depend. But the bamboo actually it is biodegradable. So it's something that will go back to the earth, which is really important. The little plastic window here is recycled. It's a recycled PEC, and so it can be recycled as well. So the big thing for us at Elate is we're always looking at whatever we create, what's the end of its life going to be? And then mascara. You gotta have mascara. I know that there are some people that will say, oh, I don't wear mascara every day. That's okay, because if you're gonna wear it once a week for date night, you gotta have a good one.
Yes.
And the Elate mascara, I'm a bit biased, of course. But it is fantastic. It's water resistant. It's a clean formulation. There's no preservatives in it. No unnatural preservatives, I should say, because mascara does need a preservative. It goes on your eye.
Yes.
Got this beautiful teddy bear brush, and it's in our wonderful bamboo container. And we have some great innovations coming up in the next couple of years, which we have a refillable mascara tube that's going to be coming out. And then finally, of course, is lipsticks. So I'm a big lipstick gal, as I said. I love a nice bold lip. And I actually don't think I have one of my lipsticks in here. No, it's probably in my purse. But I usually have 3. I usually have a lipstick that's a little bit more neutral. I'll have a red, and then I'll have kind of a wild card, depending on what we've launched for the season. Last spring we did a super hot frosty pink, which in no way is normally my color, but I had to have one just for fun. And then we've also launched pencils. So this is another waste, like super low waste cosmetic item. They're FSC certified wood. It's a, vegetable-based ink. This cap is made of corn. So it's, and then you just sharpen them and boom, that's it. The most important thing about your capsule beauty bag is it should all be things that you love, that you want to use on a daily basis. And if that's Elate, awesome. But if it's another brand, that's great too. The main thing is to just create a consciousness around the things that you bring into your home and the things that you bring into your ritual of adornment, because those things are what will bring you joy in the long run.
Oh, I love that. I was like, that's so beautiful. I feel like everyone's probably going to go out and be like, I need a capsule beauty bag. And we definitely have a special offer too for people to shop with Elate right now. So we'll share that in the chat if anyone wants to take advantage of that. But
my mandate with Elate was to always, be on the side of, you are just perfect the way you are. You are beautiful, you are whole, you are unique, you are exactly who you need to be, and you look exactly how you need to look. If you want to adorn yourself further, I challenge you to do so in a way that is conscious for yourself and conscious for the world. And all of our marketing reflects that. We are committed to making sure that everyone feels really good when they're buying our products, after they're buying our products, or if they never buy our products again. To me, it's the most important thing, the most important change that the beauty industry could make would be to stop using the types of ads that, little humans see and then think that that's what I need to grow up and look like. And not just little humans, big girls like me. I'm 40 years old and I still walk by, Cosmo magazine and think, oh God, I wish my thighs looked like that, or oh no, I wish my hair looked like that, or there's all these things that we've been indoctrined to think about ourselves, and it's not healthy.
No.
And so, but it's the way that beauty companies stay in business. If we continue to feel less than, then we continue to buy their products. And so at Elate, our mandate is to never do that to anyone, to simply provide a product that is good for people, good for animals, good for the planet, and instruct you on how to adorn yourself in a more conscious way, if that's what you want. If you never want a stitch of makeup to touch your face, we are still a company that's here for you.
Yes.
But it's more to me about creating a space where people can feel comfortable with who they are and less about, selling the product.
I love that. And you can just I totally felt like your passion when you were sharing that, and just the real, emotion and authenticity of what that's like, because it is very true, on a day-to-day basis. And I think on social media as well, we are also inundated with all of the procedures and all of the things that you can do today to change or modify or whatever. And sometimes it is easy to lose touch of just your own natural beauty and things that you have. So I love that you're just here's our company. This is what we stand for. This is what we're promoting. And, we love you, support you however you wish to see yourself. So I think that's super awesome.